feels like a huge game in so many ways for so many reasons. Cowboys off of that brutal performance of a week ago. And Dan, I know that there's one person in particular you feel the Cowboys need to get involved tonight.
CeeDee Lamb should have at least 12 targets, at least 12, okay? They don't use him enough offensively. They don't move him around enough. He's not a featured part of their offense. I have said this for about a month now. They line him up in a static formation in the slot and just ask him to win on basic routes on a consistent basis. Here's a slant. Here's a stop. You don't draft 6'2", 200 pounds in the first round at wideout to just run basic routes. You draft those guys to try to build offensive game plans and passing games around. This is a Chargers secondary that's very talented, has had moments of good and moments of not so good this year. I want to see, have the Cowboys learned from what we saw on Sunday night last week and said, hey, we've got to use CeeDee Lamb the way that the Rams use a Cooper Kupp or the Vikings use the Justin Jefferson?
Because it makes it easy on us. I mean, if we're going game planning and we CD in the same spot every single time, our doubles are coordinated, our jams are coordinated. I mean, he gets close enough, we can use a rusher to hit him when he's close. I mean, it just makes it easy. So can he make it hard on the Charger defense? I don't know. Let's see what McCarthy does.
I want to talk about the psychological impact of this. The Cowboys come into the season thinking themselves a Super Bowl contender. The way they got beat down last week is, in a statement game, they themselves acknowledged going in, this was a statement game, and they got blown out. How important is this game in your mind to them psychologically?
Great. I mean, if you're a great team, you'll bounce back mentally, and that's what the Cowboys will have to show for me tonight. I mean, that's one thing, because part of me thinks hearing the Cowboys speak and how they handled that loss against San Francisco is they don't get it. But come out here tonight, forget about what happened in San Francisco, and have a good time, a good game, and win the game. The mental toughness will look better to me, and that's when. I mean, listen, we've all lost big games before by big margins. Coming back to next week is really a sign of who you are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I look at this Dallas team as this is a great opportunity. All right, you're going against a Charger defense that struggles, quite honestly. So to me, it's get Pollard going. We mentioned CeeDee Lamb. How about Brandon Cooks?
Yeah.
Why in the world did you bring this guy in? He's not involved at all in this offense. So just let it run. Let this offense run. Brandon Cooks has got 1,000 yards receiving for every team in the league, because that's how many teams he's played for.
Right.
And he can't do anything for you? I don't get it. So to me, this is an opportunity to get well and get them all involved, not just the CeeDee Lamb. I disagree with Dan on this one. Bring them all to the party. And that's what I think they'll have a great chance. Almost like Kellen Moore would.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that.
I'm almost with you. I'm almost with you. I mean, CD's got to be someone that we see defensively, like, where is he?
Right.
Every single time, finding him where he is, because it's going to make it harder and harder to defend this team. And all of a sudden, they'll pop the runs. When we're thinking about CeeDee Lamb, run the football, I think I'm totally agree with you.
Yeah, or then that allows a Brandon Cooks to hit on a big post, or allows some of their tight ends who have to catch the ball more consistently to get a couple more touches. But I'm not saying it's CeeDee or nobody.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, so often these elite receivers, when we design game plans, it's like, hey, how do we want to get this ball to CeeDee started? Okay, they took it away. They took two bodies to CeeDee, or they kicked coverage to CeeDee Lamb. Well, then we got guys open up in the middle of the field or whatnot. And so the Dallas, my concern is this: that's never been Mike McCarthy. It's just never been his MO. But you've got to adjust to the people that you have. I also have said this: their spacing is god-awful in the pass game. So that has, now it's hard to get better in a week, but that has to show itself a little bit more as well.
Kellen Moore used to get everybody involved early in games. Why? That's important. Get touches for all you guys.
And you're seeing how defenses play those guys.
They're doing
right?
it. They're facing Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
The Chargers, watch what they do.
Yeah.
They'll get every single player, all their receivers involved early.
Eckler.
I mean, Eckler's coming back finally, but all their receivers. So, like, you watch. That's what I like so much about Kellen Moore.
This is Kellen Moore's Super Bowl tonight. So you see it here. The Chargers at home are actually an underdog. We got the game for you on ESPN, ABC, everything else. Cindy, I'm interested to see the picks. How does everyone see this one going? I'm the only one who likes the Chargers tonight.
You're the
What
only
is
one
going
with
on?
guts.
I mean, what is it we've seen in the Cowboys that suggests that they're going to win a game like this?
I guess my assumption, and sometimes, you assume and you make a terrible mistake, that the Cowboys will bounce back from that, and they have enough there. And then defensively, this is an offense that they can really get after. I mean, San Francisco gave them things that they just were not ready for. So but Kellen Moore does know them well.
Yeah.
So, but what Orlovsky's talking about, Mike McCarthy's ability to adjust offensively to who he has, is that there?
And the Justin Herbert, we haven't even said the name Justin Herbert in this conversation yet. Justin Herbert and Kellen Moore against this defense. I like that matchup.
No, I do like that matchup also, but with the hand, like how much is that going to affect him or whatever? Herbert's a bazooka; he can light it up against anybody.
Yeah.
But I don't have the faith in their defense. And plus, guys, the game's in LA, so big home field advantage for Dallas.
That's true.
Let me give you guys two things specifically for this game when it comes to the Chargers offense.
Yeah.
Okay, number one, how many different sets of hands and bodies are they willing to place on Micah Parsons? Okay, like you can watch other teams and how Kyle Shanahan handled Micah Parsons last week and say, if you don't let him ruin the football game, we have a chance then. So how many different ways are they going to just put bodies on Micah? Two, I've seen so many times this year, it's almost Big Ben-like with Justin Herbert. Teams get to him, they don't get him to the ground. Like you're going to watch moments tonight where Dallas might get there. They better get him to the ground because if they don't, it's not just he gets away from bad stuff. He creates massive plays down the field.
So you're watching this guy throw the ball, man. It comes out of his hand, and the velocity never ends through the hands. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
A lot of questions about the coaching, not of Kellen Moore, but of the head coach and some of the decisions.
The equalizer. Meaning that each team has a chance to win because you never know. Look, the 2 wins that they have were on interceptions in the end zone after he went for it, backed up on 4th down calls in his own territory.
Defense came up for
and you're like,
him.
and then I love it. No, it's because we have faith in it. You have no faith in your defense, and you're calling it. It's the equalizer.
If there's one thing we know about the Chargers, it's likely to be at some point tonight. 52 seconds left in the ball game. They're down by 4. No timeouts on their own 30.